Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've ever found yourself in a relationship where you're giving your time, care and heart, yet still feel overlooked or undervalued, this video is for you. Today, we will discuss a quiet truth many men live through but rarely discuss: the emotional imbalance in relationships. You might show up with your best steady, patient, grounded, yet something still feels missing. Maybe it's the lack of effort from the other side, the absence of appreciation, or that subtle, persistent sense that you're an option, not a priority. Strong, confident, stoic men who don't chase validation can feel this disconnect. But here's the truth: your value isn't determined by how someone else treats you, it's defined by how you treat yourself. That said, no matter how centered or disciplined you are, relationships require mutual care, respect, and emotional investment. And when those things are missing, the signs may be subtle, but they speak volumes. In this video, we'll explore 6 quiet yet powerful behaviors that reveal when a woman does not truly value you. These aren't about blame or bitterness. They're about awareness, self-respect, and the courage to choose something better for yourself. So stick with us until the end. Recognizing these signs might be your most crucial decision for your emotional well-being. Let's begin. Number 1. She never makes time. You don't need a grand confrontation to know when you're not a priority. Sometimes silence and absence are more revealing than any words could be. When a woman never seems to have time for you, when every plan ends with a soft excuse or a vague promise to reschedule, you're not being given a delay, you're being given a message. Time is the most honest form of currency we have. People spend it where their heart is. If she truly values you, she'll make time, no matter how full her calendar looks. It's not that life can't be hectic. We all face packed schedules, unexpected responsibilities, and moments when energy runs low. But no one is so endlessly busy that they can't send a quick message, return a call, or find a sliver of time for someone they genuinely want in their life. "I've just been caught up" might sound reasonable once or twice, but when those phrases become the norm, not the exception, they stop being signs of a whole life and start being signs of misplaced priority. And that's where it becomes clear. Her lack of initiative says more than any apology could. She doesn't reach out first. She doesn't ask about your day. She sidesteps plans, avoids committing, and disappears into excuses before anything meaningful can take shape. Even the smallest forms of connection, a morning check-in, a shared cup of coffee, a spontaneous evening walk, don't seem to cross her mind. It's not just a matter of time, it's about intention. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who governed an empire yet carved out moments for philosophy, reflection, and personal rituals. If someone with the weight of Rome on his shoulders could make time for what mattered, so can anyone else. When someone cares, they find a way. When they don't, they find reasons. It's easy to mistake being sidelined for being patient. You tell yourself, maybe next week will be different. You wait for her to call back, say she missed you, and suggest something. But it never comes. And the longer you wait, the more you feel like a guest in someone else's life instead of a part of it. A woman who truly values you will want to know how your day went. She'll look forward to sharing her world with you. She'll want to include you, not as an afterthought, but as someone who belongs there. When you're kept on the edges of her schedule, it's not about timing, it's about desire. Love doesn't hide behind unanswered texts or maybe laters. Love shows up, it remembers, it includes. If she never makes time, she's already shown you the place you hold in her life. And sometimes the most brutal truth to face is also the most freeing one. If she wanted to, she would. Number 2, your efforts go unnoticed. A quiet kind of heartbreak happens when your kindness goes unnoticed. It's not dramatic. There's no fight, just silence where there should have been appreciation. You plan something special. You show up with her favorite snack after a long day. You send a text that says, "I'm proud of you," or "I believe in you." But instead of warmth, you're met with a shrug, a flat "cool," or worse, a complaint about something unrelated. It might not sting the first time, but when it becomes a pattern, that sting becomes a signal. Effort is not just action, it's intention. When a man thinks about the little things, he cares. Care deserves recognition, not because it needs praise, but because connection is built on mutual awareness. When she consistently overlooks your gestures, what she's doing is overlooking you. It's not just ingratitude, it's a subtle erasure of the emotional investment you're making. And men often fall into a quiet trap, thinking, maybe if I do more, she'll see what she has. But that mindset doesn't lead to more profound love, it leads to exhaustion. You are not here to perform for someone who doesn't look up when you enter the room. If she cannot see the meaning behind your action, then she's not seeing you at all. Appreciation isn't just a polite thank you. It's a sign of emotional presence. It's her taking a moment to acknowledge that you tried, that you thought of her, that you didn't have to, but you chose to. And if she can't respond to that choice, it says more than any words she might offer later. Cicero once said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others." A person who can't express gratitude will also struggle to express care, patience, respect, and love. A woman who values you will notice the details. She'll remember how you take your coffee and mirror it when it's her turn. She'll send a message before your big day at work just to say, "You've got this." She won't just receive your efforts, she'll reflect them. Because when love is real, it moves both ways. It's not about keeping score, but staying emotionally tuned to one another. No matter how much you give, you will feel invisible in your relationship if your efforts are consistently met with indifference. And that feeling doesn't lie. You're not asking for applause. You're asking to be seen. A relationship without gratitude becomes a transaction, a quiet erosion of emotional safety where one person gives and the other simply takes. The longer you stay, hoping she'll notice, the more you risk betraying your sense of self. Love should not require you to disappear to be appreciated, and if you have to work harder just to be seen, it's time to ask why she closed her eyes in the first place. A woman who truly values you won't need a grand gesture to say thank you. Sometimes a look, a touch, or a simple acknowledgement is all it takes. And when those things are absent, it's not your effort lacking, her recognition of your worth. Number 3, zero emotional investment. Emotional connection is the proper foundation of any romantic relationship. Without it, even the most thrilling moments together will eventually fade into nothingness. A woman who values you emotionally doesn't just stay present. She invests her heart and mind into building something meaningful. She opens up, sharing the surface details of her life and the deeper, more vulnerable parts of her. She asks about your inner world, dreams, fears, and everything that makes you who you are. These quiet acts signify she's not just going through the motions, she's actively engaging with you, emotionally and mentally. An emotionally invested woman doesn't shy away from talking about the things that matter. She shows curiosity about your life, not just the surface-level details, but the parts that speak to your soul. She's interested in your growth, your challenges, and your victories. When you talk, it's not like an interview where each question is a task she needs to check off. No, her interest is genuine. She listens because she cares. She celebrates your achievements and stands by you in difficult times, not out of obligation but because she's emotionally present. But what happens when this emotional investment is missing? The warning signs are often subtle but unmistakable. Conversations feel shallow, devoid of the depth that usually marks true intimacy. When you open up about something vulnerable, she deflects, brushing it off as unimportant. Her questions remain surface level, never probing deeper into your thoughts or emotions. There's no curiosity about your dreams, fears, or goals. Instead, it feels like she's just passing time, ticking boxes off a checklist. The connection doesn't evolve. Over time, you notice that her detachment is not a result of being guarded. It's simply because she doesn't want to go deeper. She's not emotionally invested. And that's a choice she's made. Emotional investment is not a luxury, it's essential. A woman who truly cares about you will want to build something with you, not just pass time together. She will celebrate your wins as if they were hers, and comfort you in your moments of struggle. She will want to know what lies ahead, not just in terms of plans for the weekend, but your dreams for the future. The emotional bond grows as you both share and nurture it, not as something one person forces and the other merely accepts. In a relationship where emotional investment is present, there's a shared understanding, a mutual desire for growth. It's about nurturing each other's well-being, supporting each other through challenges, and celebrating each other's successes. If emotional connection doesn't grow over time, one person is unwilling to let it grow, and no amount of rationalization will change that. No matter how hard you try, you can't force a deep connection with someone who doesn't want it. Relationships are not built on empty gestures, but on the emotional closeness that naturally develops over time when both people are genuinely committed to each other's emotional world. If you find yourself in a relationship with missing emotional investment, ask yourself, is she truly present, or is she just physically here, ticking the boxes without ever really engaging with you on a deeper level? If the answer is the latter, it's time to stop rationalizing and face the truth. Emotions are essential in any meaningful connection. Without them, there's only the illusion of intimacy, and that, as you'll find, will never be enough. Number 4, the respect gap. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, a partnership cannot sustain itself in the long run. It's easy to overlook how crucial respect is until it begins to slip away. Initially, it may appear as small, seemingly insignificant moments, dismissive comments, undermining your confidence, or belittling your dreams. These actions, though subtle, build up over time, and before you know it, what once felt like a strong connection has eroded into something less than it should be. Respect isn't a luxury, it's a non-negotiable element that keeps a relationship thriving. When a woman doesn't respect you, she doesn't just dismiss your opinions, she disregards your sense of self-worth. She belittles your goals, as if they're not worth consideration, or mocks things that matter deeply to you. These behaviors are more than bad habits. They signify a more profound disconnect. She may not realize it, but these actions slowly chip away at the foundation of trust and intimacy you've worked to build. It's not always loud or obvious. Disrespect can be subtle, a sarcastic remark, an eye roll, or interrupting you mid-sentence. But these moments add up, and when they do, they can create a rift that's difficult to repair. Think about a historical figure like Marcus Aurelius. Despite being an emperor, he treated even the lowest-ranking individuals with the utmost respect. He understood that genuine respect doesn't come from status or power. It comes from recognizing the inherent worth in every person. This is an essential truth that applies just as much in relationships. It's not about titles, financial success, or social standing. Respect is about how you value someone, regardless of where they stand. One of the most telling aspects of respect in a relationship is how a person behaves during disagreements. Inevitably, two people won't always see eye to eye, but the way she treats you during these moments is crucial. If she listens to your perspective, tries to understand your point of view, and remains calm and respectful even when she disagrees, that's respect. The tone of a disagreement can either deepen the bond between two people or cause irreparable damage. A woman who disrespects you will mock or belittle you when disputes arise, but one who respects you will engage thoughtfully, valuing your input even if she disagrees. A persistent lack of respect over time erodes the foundation of a relationship. Trust fades, love diminishes, and what was once a strong emotional connection begins to feel hollow. This isn't just about occasional moments of disrespect, it's about a pattern. A woman who respects you will support your vision, uplift your spirit, and stand by you publicly, even if she must correct you privately. She'll allow you to lead, not out of submission, but out of trust in your ability to grow and make decisions. She'll be your partner, not your critic. Respect is not a simple favor, it's a commitment. When a woman consistently shows respect, she values you as an equal partner. She acknowledges your strengths, supports your weaknesses, and treats you with the dignity you deserve. This respect will help your relationship thrive and create an environment where both partners can grow, explore, and develop. If she respects you, she's building the relationship on a foundation that can withstand the test of time. Number 5. She keeps you as a backup option. When a woman doesn't see you as her top priority, she won't cut you out of her life entirely, but she won't offer you a primary place. Instead, you'll find yourself in an uncertain orbit. Close enough for her to keep you around, but not close enough to make you feel like a true partner. She keeps things vague, offering half-hearted excuses for her inability to commit. "I'm not ready for anything serious right now," she might say, or "You're such a great guy, but..." These words aren't just fillers. They're ways of keeping you in her life without ever truly allowing you to be part of it. You're not her first choice, you're her fallback, a safety net for when other options don't work out. This dynamic often shows up in small but telling ways. You'll notice she only reaches out when she's lonely, sad, or needs something. It might be emotional support, attention, or even someone to talk to when her other connections aren't available. But you'll fade into the background when things are going well for her, when she's having fun with friends or seeing someone else. Your calls and texts go unanswered, and your invitations are ignored. She doesn't include you in important events or plans, keeping you on the periphery of her life, and she is not fully invested in where you could go together. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that if you just try harder and give her more attention or care, she'll choose you. You might believe that with enough patience and effort, she'll eventually see your worth, but the painful truth is that she's already made her choice. She never intended to choose you in the first place. You're not in her life because she values you above others. You're there as a placeholder, someone she keeps around in case nothing else works out. The real danger lies in believing she'll come if you just stick around long enough. But a woman who truly values you won't keep you in a perpetual state of maybe. She won't keep you on the sidelines while she explores other options, hoping you'll be there when everything else falls through. When a woman values you, she chooses you with clarity and intention. She won't keep you hanging with vague promises and emotional ambiguity. She'll clarify that you are her choice, not a backup. If you find yourself in this maybe space, it's time to recognize it for what it is. This isn't care. It's a strategy, a way for her to keep you around without making a real commitment. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you can move on and invest your time and energy into someone who truly values what you bring. Number 6. She subtly undermines your masculinity. In any relationship, the respect a woman has for your masculinity can either uplift you or tear you down. When a woman truly values you, she'll recognize and appreciate the qualities that make you a man, your confidence, leadership, and emotional presence. But when she doesn't see your worth, she may subtly undermine these aspects of your identity. It's not an outright attack, but a series of small, seemingly insignificant comments and actions that slowly chip away at your sense of self. Over time, these subtle jabs can make you doubt yourself and feel less like the man you once were. It starts with the belittling of your decisions. She may casually dismiss your choices with offhand comments like, "Why can't you ever decide anything?" or "You think that was a smart move?" These remarks may seem minor initially, but they send a message. Your judgment isn't valued. With each dismissive comment, you second-guess your instincts, questioning your abilities. It's not about the decision itself, it's about the erosion of confidence that comes with constant scrutiny. The comparisons to other men follow soon after. It could be as casual as mentioning an ex or a colleague. "My ex used to do this way better," or "That guy at my office is such a real man." These comparisons aren't just about highlighting another man's qualities. They're about subtly showing you that you're falling short. It's a reminder that she sees someone else as more competent, capable, and masculine than you. These words may not always be said with malice, but the effect is the same. They plant seeds of insecurity that can slowly grow into self-doubt. The most damaging subtle behavior comes when she rejects your leadership or initiative. A woman who undermines your masculinity will often resist letting you take charge. She'll control the situation at every turn, disregarding your input and shutting down your ideas. Sometimes publicly, a simple comment like, "I think we should do it this way instead," or "I already know what's best, trust me," can silently diminish your role in the relationship. These dismissals aren't just about disagreeing. They're about making you feel irrelevant. They make you question whether your voice matters, whether your leadership has any value. If this dynamic continues, it won't take long before you begin to feel disconnected from your masculinity. The constant undermining of your decisions, your leadership, and your worth can erode your self-esteem. You might find yourself shrinking, retreating into the background, losing sight of the man you once were. When a woman doesn't respect your masculine presence, she isn't just rejecting you as a partner, she's rejecting the very essence of who you are. And when that respect is consistently absent, it can lead to a deep sense of disconnection and doubt. A woman who truly values you won't compete with your masculinity, she will complement it. She'll support your decisions and challenge you when necessary, but always in a way that respects your role in the relationship. She will create space for you to lead, to express your ideas, and to feel secure in your identity as a man. In turn, your confidence will grow, and your bond will strengthen. But when that respect is lacking, even in the smallest ways, it undermines the relationship and the man you are. If you find yourself constantly questioning your masculinity in a relationship, it's time to take a step back. True partnership is about balance, respect, and mutual growth. A woman who doesn't see your worth, who chips away at your masculinity through passive-aggressive remarks or constant comparison, isn't someone who will allow you to thrive. To truly flourish in any relationship, you need someone who not only respects you, but actively supports the man you are. Without that, the relationship will only leave you feeling diminished and uncertain. Conclusion: you deserve better. When a woman doesn't value you, the signs may not always be loud, but they are persistent and erode your confidence, clarity, and emotional well-being over time. Whether it's her lack of time for you, her silence when you give your best, or how she chips away at your masculinity with subtle jabs, every moment spent justifying her behavior is a moment spent moving further away from your self-worth. As Stoic men, we don't beg for attention, plead for appreciation, or chase after emotional scraps. We stand firm in the quiet power of self-respect. Relationships built on imbalance, disrespect, and emotional absence aren't just unhealthy, they're misaligned with your deeper purpose. You are not made to be an option, a backup, or someone's emotional crutch. You are made to build, lead, and love with strength, but only when that love is mutual, intentional, and rooted in respect. Remember, valuing yourself means walking away from anyone who consistently shows you they don't. So choose peace over pursuit, strength over struggle, and truth over potential. I'd love to hear your perspective. Have you experienced any of these signs in your relationships? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that helps you reclaim your value, rebuild your confidence, and lead with stoic integrity.